Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another live trading video. Today is Wednesday, 8th of June, and today is the RBI policy or repo rate change day, whatever it is. तो आज के दिन पे 10 बजे सुबह में अबाउट 10 बजे रेपो रेट का कितना रेपो रेट बढ़ने वाला है ये वर्डिक्ट आ जाना है एंड लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंस। पहली बात तो ये रहेगी कि पूरा दिन भर में मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम मतलब 10 बजे तक कोई डीके नहीं मिलने वाला है। द स्ट्रैडल्स यस्टरडे yesterday's close for Nifty was about so कल के दिन का क्लोज था निफ्टी का 400 लेवल्स पे। तो 16400 की स्ट्रैडल जो है अपनी दैट वाज ट्रेडिंग फॉर अबाउट 120 रुपीज 220 रुपीज। अब ये 220 रुपीज की जो स्ट्रैडल है ये मोस्ट प्रोबेबली फ्लैट ओपनिंग होनी चाहिए। अभी यहाँ पर 16450 का स्ट्रैडल अपन यहाँ है ना, यहाँ देख लेंगे, सेंसिबल पे देखेंगे ये स्ट्रैडल वगैरह के प्राइजेस। सो आज का वीडियो हो सकता है थोड़ा सा लंबा बन जाए बिकॉज मैं इवेंट डे ट्रेड थोड़ा कवर करना ज़्यादा पसंद करता हूँ। इवेंट डे ट्रेड पे यूजुअली क्या होता है, मुझे मुझे क्यों मज़ा आता है इवेंट डे पे ट्रेड करने के लिए, बिकॉज द आईवी क्रश कैन बी रियली ह्यूज। द आईवी क्रश कैन बी रियली रियली ह्यूज। अगर मुझे एक बहुत ही अच्छा खासा आईवी क्रश मिलता है ओवर द डे, मेरे को जैसे लास्ट बजट के टाइम पे हुआ था, उसके पहले वाले बजट के टाइम पे हुआ था, देन फिर उसके बाद में आई ट्रेडेड लास्ट टाइम ऑल्सो जब थर्सडे को आरबीआई का कोई तो इवेंट हुआ था एंड मार्केट वेंट बुलिश, तो उस दिन भी आई ट्रेडेड। So yeah, all these days I traded and I made a good amount of money on those days. So इसलिए मुझे इवेंट डे ट्रेडिंग ज़्यादा पसंद है बिकॉज मैं बहुत ज़्यादा जल्दी मैनेज भी कर लेता हूँ एंड अगर कहीं एक साइड पर आईवी क्रश और थीटा डी के एक साथ मिल रहा है ना, तो मेरे हिसाब से वो मौका छोड़ने वाला नहीं होता है। तो प्लान देख लेते हैं। सबसे पहले इनिशियल प्लान क्या होगा। सो इनिशियल प्लान ये होगा कि मैं अपने आप को जितना दूर हो सके मार्केट से उतना दूर रखूं। सो आई प्रेफर 16100 का पुट। आई प्रेफरेबली गो विथ 16100 का पुट, बट वहां पर कुछ बचेगा नहीं। 16150 का पुट लेट्स से 16150 का पुट वेडनेसडे है। 20 रुपीज वाली स्ट्राइक्स भी एंटर किया तो भी वो हो सकता है शाम तक 10-10 पे क्लोज होना चाहिए मोस्ट प्रोबेबली, बट यस। सो 16150 का पुट मोस्ट प्रोबेबली एंड ऊपर के साइड पे 16800 का 16800 का कॉल। लेट्स सी कुछ अवेलेबल है क्या, नहीं अवेलेबल है। 16700 का कॉल में भी ओके। सो 16650 तक जाना पड़ेगा शायद, बट मार्केट गैप अप खुल रहा है तो हो सकता है 16700 का कॉल और 16200 का पुट। दैट विल बी आवर पोजीशन मोस्ट प्रोबेबली। एंड पहले मैं कम क्वांटिटी एंटर करने का ट्राई करूंगा। मेरे मम्मा थे स्टार्टर हो गए। ओके, पहले मैं कम क्वांटिटी ट्राई करूंगा एंटर करने का एंड देन फिर उसके बाद में आई ट्राई टू एंटर मोर क्वांटिटी वंस आई सी एन आईवी स्पाइक, बिकॉज आई एम श्योर कि आज के दिन में एटलीस्ट एक बार तो विदाउट एनी मूवमेंट का आईवी स्पाइक होगा। ऑल्सो ऑन दीज इवेंट डेज योर थीटा डी के वोंट बी दैट मच हाई। ओपनिंग पे जो क्रश मिल जाता है वो मिल जाता है। ऑल्सो इट्स अ गैप अप ओपनिंग। सो मोस्ट प्रोबेबली व्हाट हाँ, सो मोस्ट प्रोबेबली आई एंटर after 9:20 or at least after 9:18 or something, odd timing. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Time is 9:12। 3 मिनट बाकी है मार्केट को। मैं एंट्री लेने के बाद वापस से वीडियो स्टार्ट करूंगा एंड टुडे शुड बी इंटरेस्टिंग। so the time is 9:40 and I've taken a 1500 quantity का strangle at पहले 16650 और 16150 पे बनाया था, बट देन पुट्स बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपांड होने लग गए। सो आई शिफ्टेड माई कॉल्स फ्रॉम 16650 टू 16600। अभी अबाउट 450 पॉइंट की स्ट्रैंगल पे हूँ मैं और कॉस्ट टू कॉस्ट के आसपास चल रहा है। प्रीमियम बिहेवियर इज वेरी erratic, वेरी फास्ट मूवमेंट टुडे. ओआई पे एक बार नजर डाल लेते हैं. सो you look at this, there is a huge amount of straddle build-up at 16,400, and 16,400 is seeing about 10 million ka total OI from both calls and puts. 10 million ka total OI. So not an odd thing on event days. People try to capture as much point as possible. And straddles opening पे as I expected, straddles उतना ज़्यादा fall नहीं दिए. Straddles अभी भी I think जिधर थे उधर पर ही चल रहे हैं. 16.4. Yeah, look at this. So 1 point का ओवरनाइट फॉल मिला है शायद स्ट्रैडल्स को, मैक्सिमम 1 पॉइंट का, 1.5 पॉइंट का. एक्चुअली जब ओपनिंग हुई थी तो बहुत अच्छा खासा फॉल आया था स्ट्रैडल प्राइसिंग में. इट वेंट डाउन टू 180 190 लेवल्स, एंड देन फिर उसके बाद में इन फर्स्ट 2 to 3 minutes ये सारा का सारा वापस आ गया. So I waited as I said in the video पहले ही, I waited till 922 and I entered at 922 and part quantity at 928. When I saw some amount of IV spike, I entered there. That's why my MTM is very stable right now. नो प्रॉब्लम्स देयर. बट हाँ, अभी मेरा कोई मूड नहीं होगा कि मैं पुट साइड से रिस्क ऑफ करूं. उल्टा मैं कॉल साइड से रिस्क ऑन करना ज्यादा पसंद करूंगा, बिकॉज आई वांट टू कलेक्ट एज मच प्रीमियम एज पॉसिबल. बिकॉज आई थिंक द आईवी इज सो हाई एंड इट्स अ वेडनेसडे दैट जैसे ही आरबीआई की पॉलिसी रिवील होती है, इट विल मोस्ट प्रोबेबली गिव मी अ गुड अमाउंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट्स. राइट नाउ time is 9:40 and I'm not going to make this video a very long one before all this happens, but I'll try to capture the moment of the IV crush after the RBI policy. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Tab tak ke liye good luck.
In mitigating the fallout of the ongoing geopolitical crisis on our economy. We have already reprioritized our policies to control inflation.
So the
losing sight of the growth.
the statement,
Our approach
Shaktikant
underscores a commitment
Shaktikanta Das has
towards
already started giving it, his statement,
in a
and he is talking about the
and
geopolitical
our steps will
level
be
problems.
measured.
Let's see.
We will remain focused on bringing down
I'll try to,
closer to the target and fostering macroeconomic.
let's listen to him. I'll talk later.
Let me now focus on the decisions and deliberations of the Monetary Policy Committee meetings, the meeting which we had recently. Against this background, the Monetary Policy Committee, that is MPC, met on 6th, 7th, and 8th of June. And based on an assessment of the macroeconomic situation and the outlook, the MPC voted unanimously to increase the policy repo rate by 50 basis points to 4.90% with immediate effect. Consequently, the standing deposit facility, that is the SDF rate, stands adjusted to 4.65%.
Okay.
And the marginal standing facility, that is the MSF rate and bank rate, to 5.15%. The MPC also decided unanimously to remain focused on withdrawal of accommodation to ensure that inflation remains within the target going forward while supporting growth. Let me now explain the MPC's rationale for its decisions on the policy rate and the stance. The protracted war in Europe and the accompanying sanctions have kept global commodity prices elevated, and this is across the board. This is exerting sustained upward pressure on consumer price inflation well beyond the targets in most of the economies. The ongoing war is also turning out to be a dampener for global trade and growth. The faster pace of monetary policy normalization undertaken by systemic advanced economies, that is AEs, is leading to heightened volatility in global financial markets. This is reflected in sharp corrections in major equity markets, sizable swings in sovereign bond yields, US dollar appreciations, capital outflows from EMEs, and even from some advanced economies. The EMEs are also witnessing depreciation of their currencies. Global stagflation concerns are growing, and are amplifying
So
the
what we can
volatility
see
in
here on the
global
charts is
financial markets.
constant down move now, and we are
This
sitting
is
with good
feeding back
profits.
into the real economy
Yeah,
and further
let's see.
clouding the
अभी
fundamental outlook.
63-64 points है इस
The
triangle
MPC
में.
noted
Let's see
that
how much we
amidst
can
a
capture.
challenging global environment, domestic economic activity is gaining traction, while inflation pressures have intensified further. The upside risks to inflation, as highlighted in the April and May 2022 policies of the MPC, have materialized earlier than anticipated, both in terms of timing and magnitude. Inflationary pressures have become broad-based and remain largely driven by adverse supply shocks. There are growing signs of a higher pass-through of input costs to selling prices. The MPC noted that inflation is likely to remain above the upper tolerance band of 6% through the first 3 quarters of the current financial year, that is 22-23. In this context, supply-side measures taken by the government in reducing excise duties on petrol and diesel, along with other measures, would help in mitigating the inflationary pressures to some extent. The MPC also recognized that sustained high inflation could unhinge inflation expectations and trigger second round effects. The MPC therefore judged that further monetary policy measures are necessary to anchor the inflation expectations. Accordingly, the MPC decided to increase the policy repo rate by 50 basis points to 4.9%. The MPC also decided to remain focused on withdrawal of accommodation to ensure that inflation remains within the target going forward while supporting growth. It may be noted in this context that the repo rate still remains below its pre-pandemic level. I would now like to provide an assessment, a more detailed assessment of growth and inflation. And first, I would like to take up growth. According to the provisional estimates released by the National Statistical Office, that is NSO, on May 31st, India's gross domestic product, that is GDP growth, in 21-22 is estimated at 8.7%. This level of real GDP in 21-22 has exceeded the pre-pandemic, that is the 2019-20 level. On the supply side, major categories also surpassed the 2019-20 level. Available information for April and May indicates that the recovery in domestic economic activity remains firm, with growth impulses getting increasingly broad-based. Manufacturing and services purchasing managers indices, that is the PMI, for May point towards further expansion of activity. This is also corroborated by movements in railway freight and port traffic, domestic air traffic, GST collections, steel consumption, cement production, and bank credit. While urban demand is recovering, rural demand is gradually improving. The contact-intensive services related to trade, hotels, and transport have recovered in Q4 of 21-22. Going by the early results of our surveys, capacity utilization in the manufacturing sector increased further to 74.5% in the fourth quarter of 21-22 from 72.4% in Q3 of 21-22. So that is in the last financial year 21-22, between Q3 and Q4, the capacity utilization in the manufacturing sector increased from 72.4 to 74.5%. Capacity utilization is also likely to increase further in the current financial year. Investment activity is thus expected to strengthen, driven by rising capacity utilization, government's capital expenditure, and deleveraged corporate balance sheets. Improvement in investment activity is also reflected in pickup in demand for bank credit and persisting growth in imports of capital goods. Merchandise exports have remained buoyant with double-digit growth for the 15th successive month in May this year, while high growth of non-oil, non-gold imports is indicative of recovery in domestic demand conditions. Looking ahead, real GDP is expected to broadly evolve on the lines of the April MPC resolution. The forecast of normal southwest monsoon should boost kharif sowing and agricultural output. This will support rural consumption. The rebound in contact intensive services is expected to sustain urban consumption. Our surveys suggest further improvement in consumer confidence and households' optimism for the outlook a year ahead. Business sentiment remains upbeat according to early results of our surveys. Nevertheless, the negative spillovers from geopolitical tensions, elevated international commodity prices, rising
Okay, so
interest
far,
rates, tightening of
we
global
are,
financial
you know,
conditions, and
in a good
slowdown
profits
in the
now.
world economy
No problem. At one point, we were in huge profits, but then उसके बाद
taking
में
these factors into
again an
consideration,
IV spike, an unusual IV spike
GDP growth
happened.
for
So yeah, let's see.
2022-23, that is for the current
I
year,
exited it this at
is retained
59, 49.
at
Now it's at 52. Went
4%.
up till I don't know some levels.
Q1 at
36 पे ये वाला enter गया है.
6.2%,
36 पे ही चल रहा है अभी भी.
Q2 at 6.2%,
Right now, still
Q3
this
at
position has
6.1%,
about
and Q4
as
at
much as
4%,
1 lakh
with
rupees, more than
risks
1 lakh rupees.
broadly balanced.
Let's see. Yeah, 1 lakh
Underlying
rupees के आसपास है. अगर यहाँ से मैं थोड़ा
inflation.
और भी कलेक्ट हो जाता है थ्रू
CPI
आउट डे,
headline
इट विल बी रियली
inflation
गुड.
in April
बट
registered
मोस्ट प्रोबेबली
a
जैसे
sharp
जैसे हम आगे जाते जा रहे हैं, I'll try
It
to
was the fourth
yeah, cut
consecutive
that out.
month when inflation touched or was
So
above
there is a 50 basis point increase in the interest rate. So
The surge in
unexpected, but
gold
still market is going up
prices
somehow. I don't
across
know what's
all
happening.
major categories.
Let's see what
The
happens.
global
I'll keep you
geopolitical
guys
situation
updated.
remains
Time is
fluid and commodity prices
10:15.
remain
अभी मैं
on the
शक्तिकांत दास जी को म्यूट कर दूंगा वीडियो के लिए
uncertainty
जस्ट
to
एंड आई विल बी
domestic
लिसनिंग टू हिम वेरी
outlook.
क्लोजली. सो या,
Certain
लेट्स गो.
positive developments
Hey, Sharan. So the event is over now, guys. And as of now, I'm sitting with a good 10 points se upar ka profit. And my target is about 10-20 points, but uh, like, it's not, it doesn't look like I'll reach that. Whatever it is, let's see how it goes. Now my profits are like 16, 17 points. Sorry, 12 points. What I'm saying, 12 points, 17,000, 18,000 rupees. 12 points ka profit chal raha hai. I'll try to risk off from these calls right now, and I'll try to go to 16,600 calls. Yeah. 1500 16,600 calls. So now what I am trying to do is whatever I have made, it's more than 10 points. I'll keep a trailing SL of about 3 points from now. 3 points का trailing SL रहेगा. Nifty is moving up like crazy. Okay. So if you look at it, Nifty is moving up like crazy, but the DK I'm getting from any other side is good enough. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to preserve whatever I have made today. So अभी तक बहुत अच्छे profits हाथ लग चुके हैं, बहुत अच्छा IV crush हुआ है. And being the RBI event as a non-event, if you even look at this move was not a small move. It's not a small move. It's a 140-150 points move, and I'm okay with that 150-140 points move. I don't have any problem with these kind of moves. The only catch here is, the only catch here I can see is I'm trying to keep my risk low now, because I already took a lot of risk and I made a lot of money out of it, out of that risk taking ability. I'm really happy with this outcome, and I can just close the trade and go home. But right now I can see there can be more, more money on the table. Is what I can say. Still, this strangle is about is the whole position is going to give about 1 lakh rupees if I keep it. Look at this, 1 lakh rupees. If I just consider these two, and if I consider all of them, it's 1.05 lakh rupees. But I think I've just collected about 5,000 rupees out of these, because I took two SLs, one from the put side, one from the call side. All of them were great SLs, good SLs. मतलब बड़े बड़े SL लेने के बाद में द थिंग इज अभी 87 पॉइंट्स हमारा डेल्टा चल रहा है, माइनस में 87 -87 का डेल्टा चल रहा है, विच इज नॉट अ गुड साइन फॉर द अपवर्ड मोमेंटम वी आर सीइंग. बट ठीक है, उस हिसाब से पुट्स उतना कंपेंसेशन भी दे रहे हैं. 16,250 का पुट है मेरे हाथ में. सो आज के डे के लो के जस्ट नीचे वाला जो पुट अवेलेबल है वो है, एंड कॉल साइड पे 16,600 है. सो इट्स लाइक कल के डे का हाई, हाँ कल के डे के हाई के पास वाला. So no problem with that. I'm really happy with this type of position. Yeah, I'm really happy with this type of position. Time is 10:37, 10:40 के आसपास. I'll keep you guys updated. तब तक के लिए all the best. So guys, the time is 12:13, and I had to exit all of my position at 10:45 only, but मैं बता नहीं पाया क्या सीन हुआ था. But yeah, now let's continue the video. So what happened? You can look at the charts now. You look at this chart. So from the bottom of the day, actually Nifty went down, and till here, till this point, has in a good profit of about 23-25,000 rupees ka MTM. And then no, here I was about at 33-35,000 ka MTM, but I didn't record it. अच्छा खासा 33-35,000 रुपीज का इस अकाउंट में MTM चल रहा था, जहाँ पर एंट्री भी उतनी कुछ खास नहीं मिल पाई थी. आईवी स्पाइक उसके बाद भी हुआ था, एंड एवरीथिंग हैपेंड. ठीक है, ये कैंडल ने बहुत सारा प्रॉफिट खा भी गई थी. अदरवाइज मैं 1% ऑफ द अकाउंट साइजिंग के ऊपर बैठा हुआ था एट 1 पॉइंट. बहुत अच्छे प्रॉफिट्स पे था, सुपर प्रॉफिट्स पे था एक्चुअल में अगर देखा जाए तो. बट ऑल ऑफ अ सडन आई हैड टू टेक अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉल. So yeah, call ले लिया, and I was about to close this position once I reached about 40 35 40,000 का profit. But then calls की वजह से, बीच में कुछ disturbance की वजह से, I wasn't able to cover this position. So my fault. I should keep my phone on silent. You see, this is what I always say about trading, that Trading is like one of the most, mentally exhausting job you can do in this world. One of the. And if you are trading for living, that becomes much more, exhausting. So now I am not, trading to live my life. I have other sources of money. So that's what happens when you are, careless and you don't take it like you don't take trading as a, you know, very serious job. So yeah, meri galti thi. I accept that, and I had to book losses, but still account is in profit 0.1% of the account sizing हुआ था, but I deployed just 30 lakh rupees, so 0.3% for the deployed capital. Yeah, was in a very good profit. 1% हो चुका था, 1% से ज्यादा ही हो चुका था इस अकाउंट पे तो. So yeah. Uh, right now I'm not in a mood to trade, and I'm not in a mood to take overnight positions also, as the premiums are super cheap now. But the calls blew up immediately, and that was, there is almost nothing to say. But yeah, these kind of events will come back in some weeks or in some months again, and फिर से we can capitalize. So next time RBI policy meet जब भी हो, I don't know कब होगी, but जब भी हो, I would love to capitalize on that one and be more, you know, be more aware of the market and be more kind of, alert all the time. मैं अपना phone अब से I have decided to keep my phone away for a, whenever I'm trading, I'll keep my phone away. And yeah, nothing else to say. I'll keep you guys updated for the tomorrow's trade. And if I take any kind of, swing trade or positional trade, I'll keep you guys updated. I don't have any swing trades also. I don't have any positional trades. So yeah, time is 12:20, and for the next tomorrow's expiry, all the very best and have a great day. See you.